Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, All Things Arsenal TV. Now, this is going to be the post-match analysis between Arsenal against Liverpool. Just in case you're coming across my video on my channel for the first time, I implore you to like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section, and as well, you can as well share this video so that we can get a lot of engagement from Arsenal fans alike. All right, so let's dive into the match of the day, which is between Arsenal and Liverpool. Well, I must say that all of us are really impressed. The performance was incredible. It was a fantastic, it was a brilliant performance. Given the fact that going into the game, we had a lot of injury problems, injury concerns. Right now, we are being ravaged by injuries, which is not good, which is not funny because it's a threat to our title challenge. But all the same, the players who were available did justice to the cause. They didn't let us down because prior to the match, the coach said on Friday during his press conference that we are going to fly, or we would fly. He said we would be flying. And indeed, the first 45 minutes of the game, Arsenal were flying. We played scintillating football in that first half. End-to-end football. Possession, dominance, asserting ourselves in front of the attack. And you can see by the fifth minute, a very sweet through ball from Ben White right across to Bukayo Saka. And what a brilliant first touch. What a brilliant deft touch. He had to dunk him, cut him, and then what did he do? He just dribbled, just a break, just broke him, and the ball just got into his. He nutmegged him with that. And you can see wonderful finish from someone who is not even 100% fit, Bukayo Saka. And his celebration. What does this guy has to do to show you that he's world class? I mean, Saka is unbelievable. Saka is unbelievable. Trust me, Saka is one of the players in this world that you can't write off any day, anytime. Yes, so we are all happy with that performance. Then, of course, when the lineup was also released, a lot of fans are actually concerned, about the positioning of Thomas Partey. Yeah, because Thomas Partey was deployed at right back, in the absence of course, Saliba missed the game through suspension, so Ben White had to slot into centre back, and then Partey, the manager decided to use Partey at right back, and Partey pocketed Luis Diaz. He kept him in his pockets. Luis Diaz was nowhere to be found in the first half, even in the second half. That's why he had to be substituted. It was only one successful dribble attempt that Luis Diaz had against Partey. Just one in more than 70 minutes that he played the game. So that goes to show you that Thomas Partey had an excellent game. In fact, he had an A game. If I was to rate him yesterday, trust me, I'm going to give him a 9.5. I'm going to give him a 9.5 because he did very well defensively. Even his ball composure. There were times in the first half when he had to slot into midfield as well so that we can dominate, possession and all that. He did that very well. I loved his all-round contribution. Then, of course, I want to pick up Ben White too as well. Ben White did very well, yesterday during the course of the game. Slotted in at centre back, had the assist for Saka, kept things simple, kept things basic, and everything was so clean on his part. And of course, Gabriel Magalhaes, who sadly before the end of the match had to leave the end of the game because he got injured. By, of course, the injury was triggered by no one else but Darwin Nunes, someone who doesn't he doesn't know how to score goals, but he knows how to injure players. So he made himself a nuisance, and you can see when Gabriel was finally taken off, because he was limping, he had knee issues. Liverpool found they broke the deadlock. They virtually scored. Gabriel was out. Timber was out. Timber, who we have not played some matches. I think he has not played about 3 or 4 matches since the last Man City match. He's not even 100% fit. Ateta had to just include him in the game so that we can be able to nullify the attacking threat of Luis Diaz and Mohamed Salah. And the moment these two key players left the pitch, What happened? Liverpool scored. I also have to big up the midfield, Mikel Merino, who was coming under a lot of stick, from some of the Arsenal fans, trying to justify why one area should play. See, this is the Premier League. You don't expect someone to just come from Spanish league and immediately impress you. It takes time. Kai Havertz, who was in Chelsea, that we brought over to Arsenal, it was till January this year that he picked. So give these players time. Football is not automatic. You have to understand that these players have to get integrated. They have to embed. They have to, integrate into the physical aspects of the Premier League. It's very difficult. It's very challenging. So we should middle down on how we criticize these foreign players who come into the country, and start their career in the Premier League. Of course, this is not his first time in the Premier League, but you should understand that over the years, the Premier League has evolved, and so that evolution will take a lot of adapting or adaptation to do by Mikel Merino on his part. And of course, he did have a wonderful game yesterday against Liverpool. Now, a lot of players I also want to talk to. David Raya had not, I think he made about 2 saves only, so he was not peppered much from Liverpool yesterday. Some of the statistics we are very good, on our part. We had the better chances of scoring and winning the game. But then, the EPL refs are terrible. It's now a known fact that the EPL refs are terrible. The EPL refs, the officials that are supposed to be the custodians of the rule of law in the game, they are an absolute joke in the Premier League. Trust me, they are an absolute joke in the Premier League, because there are so many decisions that went against Arsenal. I don't want to use this video to start Lampard, but there are so many decisions that went against Arsenal, which we are not ought to. The last minute that we even scored a goal, I don't know what came into Anthony Taylor's mind that he decided to call that a foul. How on earth was that a foul? Even if it were a foul, allow play to continue. That is why VAR is there. VAR will intervene, and VAR will give you a. You can go back and review the incident if it's actually a foul. Allow play to continue. I'm sure that if that was against Arsenal, if it was against Arsenal, he wouldn't have blown. He wouldn't have blown. That's to show you that this, I don't know, this sort of conspiracy theories that is flying around the air that is against Arsenal. It's like it's true. It's true. Those of us who doesn't believe in things like this, you're beginning to make us look like it's like there's an agenda against Arsenal. Because I see no reason why week in, week out, every time we complain about referees, especially against Arsenal. Yesterday was even in our home. If we were away team, I wonder what would have happened. So please, the FA should look into all these issues, and I believe the Arsenal, those in charge of Arsenal, the superior authorities, probably sporting director and the rest of them, we should have, a face-to-face discussion with this FA and let them know that these are the things that are actually wrong, with officiating when it comes to matches involving Arsenal. That's why you can see even the post-match conference of Mikel Arteta, when he was asked about comments about the referee, he refused to comment anything. You should comment so that people can suspend him. So that you now harden your heart and mind against Arsenal. It's not wiser now. He's trying to maintain and balance his emotions, not like when he first got the job, 5 years ago. So come on. Well, that's a good game from us now. We are 4 points. Or should I say 4 points? Okay, we are 5 points behind Man City. But the season is still open. This is just the ninth game that we've played. There are a lot of factors that will still bring us back. It's not good to be behind Man City, but we started slowly last season as well. And in January we picked up from. So why not? Hopefully, the rest of our players who are injured comes back in, and then we continue to build our momentum. Come on, you Gunners!